Welcome to Mornings with the Focus. It's the start of another week. I'm happy to be here with you all. Just a reminder, what we do each and every morning between Monday and Friday, starting between 9:30 and 10 a.m. We got a few selected topics we talk about in terms of sports, what happened, on Mondays, obviously what happened over the weekend, throughout the week. Discuss whatever happened the night, usually what happened in sports the night before. I will be talking WNBA Playoffs today and a little NFL preseason. I want to see what you guys want to talk about, what you guys took from the second week of preseason. We'll have Justin on tomorrow to see who made his list of standouts in the preseason, in the second week of preseason, as we rapidly approach the third and final week of preseason, which then means we are that much closer to week one of the NFL season. Let's say we're going to start with the WNBA. The Storm beat the Mystics yesterday 97-84 to complete the first round sweep of Washington. Seattle pulled away in the second half to advance to the second round. All five starters scored in double figures, led by Breanna Stewart's 21 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, and 2 steals. Big thing for her. She just had a huge second half. At the half, I think she was 0 for 5 from the floor, had 4 points just from the free throw line. Had, I think, 6 assists at the half, but she got going, which followed the trend of, Jewel Lloyd in game one. She struggled for about the first 3 quarters and then finished strong. So similar performances from those two. Jewel Lloyd had 19 points and 4 rebounds. And then Sue Bird became the oldest player in WNBA history to record a postseason double-double, 18 points and 10 assists. As for Washington, they were led by Natasha Clouds, 21 points and 5 assists. Ariel Atkins added 15 points and 7 assists. Elena Deladon finished with 12 points, as did Shatori Walker-Kimbrough off the bench. We talked about this series and more last night on Mystics Outlook. You can see those on the YouTube pages that we share every morning, that we stream from every morning for Mornings with the Focus. Also, if Roku television or device, add the Focus TV as a channel. Just type in the Focus TV search box, double click OK, add the channel. It's up there as well, and I think it was Raymond and myself. We went a little bit more detail, talk about the series, and then just a season outlook on the Mystics as well. But again, that's up. So check which is pretty much the final Mystics outlook of this year. Dallas bounced back with an emphatic win over Connecticut. So I know I said emphatic. If you look at the box score, they won 89-79. But watching that game, Dallas came out and they got off to a great start in the first quarter. Then they started the second half with a bang as well. The Sun had a monumental fourth quarter to bring that gap down to 10. The Wings were led by Kayla Thornton's 20 points. She hit 4 threes. Tara McCowan added 17 points and 11 rebounds off the bench, while Alicia Gray had 15 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists. Alicia Gray is one of the best players in the league that doesn't get any credit for what she brings to the table. She's somehow still flying underneath the radar, but she had a big game last night. I'm sorry, she also had 3 steals to go along with that line of 15, 5, and 8. Mabry added 14. Again, they just started the first and third quarter on fire. As for the Sun, Jonquel Jones was the only starter to record double figures. She finished with 20. Then Brianna Jones came off the bench and scored 20 as well. Game 3 in that series is Wednesday. Saturday, we saw the reigning champs of Chicago Sky respond to the Liberty taking Game 1. It was a hell of a reminder that was fueled by their defense. They took Game 2 100-62 to even the series. That said, the Liberty technically still did their part. It's 1-1 after 2 games. Both of those games were played in Chicago, which means the third and final game of this series will be played in New York at Barclays. So the Liberty have home court advantage in a pivotal elimination game. But, that said, that's a heck of a win in terms of that margin of victory that Chicago had. But we'll see how Game 3 goes, and that's going to be played tomorrow night again at Barclays. The top seeded Aces, they swept the Mercury. Chelsea Gray had 27 points and 8 assists, while hitting 7 of the Aces' playoff record 23 three-pointers. This is a team Pre Becky Hammond, this is a team that was played kind of slow, got the ball up, got in the sides of their two bigs, and whole different world out there under Hammond and what they have on the floor now, and that was on display yesterday. Vegas will face the Storm in the semifinals, so definitely looking forward to that matchup. And again, the semifinals is best out of 5. As far as week 2 of the preseason goes, it is complete. I want to know what you guys took from week 2 of the preseason. Again, Justin will be on tomorrow to talk about. Sorry about that. He'll be on tomorrow to talk about who made his list. Again, one of the weird things about week 2 was that several teams had those joint practices. Like, for instance, the Niners and Vikings game combined, 54 players did not play in that game. They got good work in the 2 days of joint practices, and they had a lot of their key guys in bubble wrap. They weren't the only teams that did that. That said, we still got some good performances and whatnot throughout this week of preseason ball. And some teams we're still waiting to see their starters play, and some of them we're not going to see their starters in week 3 either. That's just what it's going to be, honestly. I'm trying to think of any big performances that stood out to me. The Chiefs look fine. It's only a quarter as such. I know they played Washington, but they look like the Chiefs. They're going to be fine. Everybody can relax. They'll be fine. What Buffalo did to the Broncos, mind you, Broncos did not play their starters, but my goodness, man. Buffalo's depth, 42-15. It was 7-3 after one. It's normal. It's fine. 21-3 and 14-3 were the scores in the second and third quarter. Again, I was just encouraged by their depth. It's big time depth. Got to give credit for the performance, right? I think we touched on the Chiefs already. Yeah, the Titans and the Bucks. One thing with the Bucks is I think Tom Brady's supposed to be back this week, so there's that. But as far as the preseason game, I didn't really have too much to add on to that. Steelers and Jaguars. I don't know if you guys saw it. It was a really good throw that Trevor Lawrence made that made its rounds on social media this weekend. It was. I'm trying to see if I can find the video, but it was a great pass. The defender thought he had a line on it. He zipped it through the defender's attempt at getting the interception. Hit his guy on the far hash on the sideline rather. It was just a really good throw. It's good to see them kind of take steps in the right direction. Cowboys and Chargers game was kind of fun. It was a Kevontae Turpin. Good performance by him. One way to make sure you make a roster is special teams, and he did that. I think he had 2 kickoff returns in that one, or a kickoff and a punt return. I'm sorry. Eagles and Browns. Devin Allen is fast. He's as advertised. He's really as fast as advertised. Ran a really clean post route. And there's a reason that, he was trying to qualify for the Olympics. Speed. The Giants and Bengals was kind of fun last night. Ravens and Cardinals. Honestly, Isaiah Likely. 8 catches, 100 yards, and a touchdown for Baltimore. I feel like he's flashed all preseason, and I'm sure we'll get something on that. Yeah, your boy Kevontae Turpin definitely stood out. But yeah, with Isaiah Likely, he's going to be a weapon. Paired with Mark Andrews, I look forward to that duo doing damage. And then, Baltimore still has to figure this thing out. Week 2 of preseason is concluding after tonight with the Monday night game with the Falcons and Jets tonight. That said, no contract extension news yet for Lamar Jackson. Several reports came out that they're not both sides leaking info, but one of the reports I saw yesterday was that the Ravens offered him more money than Kyler Murray. In the said report said, well, Lamar won a fully guaranteed contract, and that might be where they are in terms of how far they are apart. I don't know firsthand, haven't dug that much into it. All I do know is you have one of the better quarterbacks in the league. He's still very young. Already won an MVP. We've seen what your team looks like when they don't have him. What is taking so long? That's like, it is what it is right now. Like, even if you're a starting caliber quarterback in this league, like you're making 20 a year for the most part, right? If you're above average, that goes up a little bit more. If somebody with an MVP, like, yeah, you're gonna have to pay him. Baltimore, just pay him, get this over with, and move on with your life. But it just shouldn't be this difficult, honestly. Sorry, what is? Yeah, again, so Falcons just nice. Sorry, I was just trying to think of who else really stood out to me during week 2 of preseason. Not really. From the Dolphins, Skylar Thompson has been solid. Like, truly been solid. A long season of returns called back, and missed time just sweeps for Turpin this year. All right, so Justin's commented already. Already with the pessimism on his on his Cowboys. We haven't started too far. Got that deep into it, man. Then we had this last night where Kayvon Thibodeau came off the edge in the Giants-Bengals game. I think it was Thad Moss. There was a cut block. And a lot of wild reactions to it. And one, the block is legal. It looked like it was a legal block. And it's just one of those things where, we all hope that Kayvon Thibodeau is healthy. It's nothing major, anything serious wrong as far as injuries go. 2, it's not going to be the first cut block received this year. So, just learn how to use your hands and avoid that. That's all. Just a small little welcome to the league moment. But yeah, some people are they're calling Thad Moss cowardly, and that's maybe one of the most kind things that people are saying at this moment about that. And I think folks just need to relax a little bit. Like, if you want to make a bigger issue about why is that allowed in the league as a whole, now that can be discussed. But in that moment, I don't think Thad Moss did anything disgusting or vile or tried to hurt that man at all. I even feel like it was kind of telegraphed. It's just, it's a rook. May not have happened too much to him in college, if at all. And that was it. You just caught off guard. But again, hope that he's healthy and it's not a big issue. Nothing much comes of it. But y'all have to relax with some of the things that are being said about something that has been deemed legal. I think that's something you just take that stuff up with the commission. Take that stuff up with the league. Don't make the rules or anything like that, man. But yeah, it's been interesting watching the discourse this morning. I'll just have to relax a little bit, man. Just a little bit. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't think I have anything else. I'll give you guys a couple seconds, a couple minutes rather, in the comment section. Again, we'll have Justin back tomorrow. He'll have hear what he has to say about week 2 of the NFL preseason. That weird time of year right before some stuff comes to a close and things start up again. We're like a week or 2 away from college football. Like, we're in that weird space. But again, use the comment section. Let us know what it is you guys want to talk about whenever we start. You can start commenting as soon as the broadcast begins, or a little bit before it. As soon as you see that it's been officially scheduled for the day. You guys are more than welcome to join and steer the conversation. That said, thank y'all for tuning in, whether it's live this morning or a little bit later today. And we will talk with you guys tomorrow morning. Again, we'll have Justin on tomorrow to see what he had to take away from week 2 of the preseason. Again, getting closer and closer to week 1. And tomorrow night's another WNBA playoff game. So we can see you guys tomorrow morning.